Hey everyone, welcome back to Prairie Grown Reviews. We review books, games, movies, and TV shows. And today we're back for the Book of Boba Fett, episode 7. Does anyone remember the title of the
In the
episode?
Name of Honor or something?
In the Name of Honor, you are right. Good
Something like
job,
that,
Nat.
yeah.
And with that, Nat, I give it to you.
Usual spiel, like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. And adding on to this, please share this video around because we'd like more people to come join us and listen to our ramblings. Besides that, podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts, they will eventually make their return.
Somebody's
And, of
been
course-
listening. I don't know who.
Oh, really?
Oh.
But we have
that's
more
great.
listens
That
the
is-
last 2 weeks than we did the last 3 months. So I don't know who's out there.
Maybe
but
they're watching this like last
Maybe.
week's video and checked out our podcast.
We'll
But
bring it
anyways,
back in a hurry. We got you guys.
as usual, written reviews on our website, www.prairiegrownreviews.com. I think that is it for my spiel.
Okay, and like we say every week, spoilers. You know this. And let's go right into it. So, boys, the big question: overwhelmed, whelmed, or underwhelmed? Austin.
In what setting?
Okay, I guess that's fair because I was about to say, like, the actions in the sense of does this save the season for you? Does this save the season for you?
It's really good. It's not what we expected. If they're trying to sell that as a war, I don't consider it that at all. That seemed very
Skirmish.
very underwhelming in terms of what I had expected for the season as a whole for the battle. The action this episode was definitely. Did you say what were the three options?
Whelmed, as in it was just as what I expected. Overwhelmed, it was better than I expected, or underwhelmed. It was
okay, but
worse than I
overwhelmed is
expected.
never ever a good thing. I just want to.
I know, but I'm just making it. I just wanted to have the three things have
You just
whelmed
wanted
in
it to be
them.
wordy.
Yeah. So yeah, no.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say I was overwhelmed by the action, but I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Definitely underwhelmed how it fit in with an entire season perspective, but we knew it was going to be it was going to come up short somewhere, right? There's just there isn't enough time with including those 2 episodes from Mando season 3, right? So you can't get away from that any way you look at it. We really only got 5 episodes, so that's what you get. I thought it was good. I was happy to see which characters we got moved where. I thought that was really flowed together decently. I thought the plot of the episode was good. It felt faster than an hour, which is always a good thing, right? So
That is true.
I got nothing to
do agree.
complain. If you look at it from just one episode, I thought it was fantastic. If you zoom out and look at the season as a whole, it's not quite there in my mind.
No, I'm just kind of like, I did really enjoy the episode, but I felt story-wise, it was a fun, really action-packed episode. It had little story, very little story, and little setup, little like for Boba Fett, and he has a line at the very end where he's like, maybe we're not cut out for all this. And I was like, well, what was the point then? You had this whole thing, and then you're just like, maybe I'm not cut out to be the crime lord.
Yeah, well, that's
okay. Don't do that.
That's a whole season in a nutshell. It's a big question of why. Why do we get the cutscenes? Why do we get the cutscenes?
Why are the Tuskens dead? Why are they dead? Why
were the
is
Tuskens
introduced
talked
them
about
to
at
dead?
all? That why did we kill off Cad Bane? Cad Bane, right?
Yeah, that was Cad Bane.
Cad Bane.
Why did we kill him off?
He's supposed to be technically very old, so understandable that he's not in the top. Because apparently in the Clone Wars he was like 30. This is 30 years after Clone Wars ish. But still,
So
I don't think you should have killed him off.
Alien.
It's his second introduction.
And he's been in live action.
I'm not saying
for
I don't know how long
minutes.
his race lives, and it was like his second appearance in live action after last week. So you killed him off here.
Why'd you bring him?
For him to die.
They're gonna bring him
why'd
back
you
next
bring
time.
him?
The Book of Cad Bane, because why not? Turns out he actually died from a stab wound, and Boba Fett stabbed some metal something that protected him. Who knows? Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe in the post-credit scene, beside Cobb Vanth, there was another bacta tank with Cad Bane sitting in it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Oh,
Attaboy.
Sim's dying
Well,
over there.
sorry, folks,
Wi-Fi's
for
struggling.
getting kicked out of my Wi-Fi is just not liking me right now, and I have the limited amount of tabs open to try and help it, but just okay. Anyways, yeah, no, it sucks to see Cad Bane die. That's not fun, but I don't know, Nat. I don't know what you think, but I just think it doesn't set up enough for Boba's future. It doesn't set up. Also, I was thinking about this, and I asked this to Nat before we hopped on.
Yep.
But Grogu's choice being made in a separate show, does that like diminish for you guys at
Horrible.
all the finale from season 2 of Mando?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
There's
like,
and I want to talk about this absolutely, and I also want Nat to say more than 4 words in this video. But
yeah,
I
please,
do
please, Nat.
I do want to dial before I hand it over to him. I want to dial back to something you just had said, Sebastian, about kind of it doesn't really explain or set up enough, right, moving forward. My biggest issue probably for the season as a whole, and maybe I'm getting ahead of myself with talking about the whole season, but it doesn't like. What does it actually do? What is our big plot line here? We go from
That's
point
true.
A to it's like 5 events and 2 Mando episodes, just kind of put in sequential order that connect ever so slightly, and really the only connection is that they take place one piece after the other. We spend 4 episodes building up to a war just to fight 20 minutes worth of one really fairly cool battle. How did he learn how to ride the Rancor?
Rancor.
Didn't talk about that. Didn't talk about that at all. Right?
No training.
Nothing. We just we took very large leaps and then included 2 episodes that really didn't need to. It made no sense at all. From what we've seen from every other show we've watched so far, it is highly unfortunate to see this one go that way. So now, Nat, say some words.
Okay. I guess on the topic of Grogu, it feels weird. Like as you said, why we had like the 2 Mando episodes thrown there. I guess thinking of like how season 3 is gonna start, I'm wondering if they're just gonna rehash those 2 episodes or something, because it makes no sense if you're going from season 2 of Mando to season 3 of Mando and Grogu's there. Like you can't do that, right? So unless they're reshooting like the first episode to like include those 2 mini episodes in Book of Boba Fett, then I don't know what they're gonna do, because that's just weird, right? And then the whole
right.
It'll just be in the recap.
Exactly. But even then, what was it?
Bruh.
Why is it in a recap? That should be like the first episode.
I know, but like it shouldn't be a necessity to watch.
Imagine if you didn't watch Boba
Yeah.
Fett and you like loved season 1 and you loved season 2 and you loved how it ended, and you're like your whole hopes and dreams are about like what's gonna happen with Luke and Grogu, and like then you get a 1-minute recap of previously on Book of Boba Fett, and then it's back to normal. You just like you waited 2 years. You waited 2 whole years on the edge of your chair, ready for it to go,
for the
and
status quo to come back.
Nothing.
Exactly. So like, unless they're replanning on like redoing those episodes, maybe shorter or combining them or something, then I don't know how season 3 is gonna start anymore, because it just doesn't make any sense chronologically anymore.
Nope.
And then on the topic of Boba, throughout the episode, I kind of expected more. Not gonna lie, I don't know. Mando and Boba kind of got their butts kicked for most of that episode, and I kind of expect them to do a bit more butt kicking. I didn't expect them to pull like Deus Ex Machina, Rancor, come save the day type of situation. That felt like a bit overkill.
And Grogu, both
and
Deus
Grogu.
Ex Machina.
Like, I don't know. There's so much like, I don't know. I know there's
too many.
I don't remember the droids being that OP.
Yep.
So like, I don't know. Maybe it's like my knowledge of Star Wars.
Stormtrooper aim got turned off in this episode.
Oh, 100%. People actually got shot this time around, surprisingly. But
those droids were like defeated by they were defeated by Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan back in Phantom Menace. Like they shouldn't have been that hard to destroy right now.
No, we heard all that, just like really choppy.
Oh, there's
your face doesn't.
There we go.
Anymore, but
okay,
yep.
Good.
Menace,
Your
go.
guys don't either for me, so this is fun. No, I was just saying that, yeah, they like those droids shouldn't have been that. Like the dark saber should have gone through that shield. There's no
100%.
way that.
What the heck was
100%.
that?
I thought that was gonna be a whole like Mando can't use the sword in the right way. Maybe he's like
and
not
I think
planning the
part
Force
of
in the
it
right
was
direction
that,
type of thing.
but
still, that
You made
thing
direct
went
contact
through
and it
everything
bounced
else
off.
so easily.
yeah,
Like, think of it this way: Chrysanthemum's like knuckle thingy was already going through it slightly
Knuckles
before
thingy
he
was
kicked
going in
the
it. Yeah,
face, and the dark saber didn't get through.
See,
Like,
but they sort of explain that, and I don't know if it's quite the same shield tech we see in Phantom Menace, but
it's more advanced, obviously, because that's like
because
30 years
so
prior.
I think the reason that
40.
the knuckles of
Knuckles?
electricity are going through
Yeah, the
is
brass
because
knuckles.
it's a physical object, whereas
oh,
It's
true,
not a
yeah,
blaster.
dark saber is energy.
energy. Yeah, exactly,
And then the reason
yeah.
the blasters weren't going through is because they were moving too fast, so it was picking up as if it was energy.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
it's because like the sword is pretty much this constant flow of whatever matter it's made up of, right? So it doesn't go through.
Mhm.
The kyber crystal.
Correct.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's just constantly
No.
flowing. So the blasters mimic that. So I didn't mind that. I thought it was. I still feel like it should have gone through. They kind of
Mhm.
explained
Me
it,
too.
but like all killing sword doesn't go through droid shield. Okay. Sure.
Just kind of expected more of them when they fought. I don't know. It just
Yep.
felt really underwhelming that like they needed a Rancor and Grogu to save the day, you know? And even then, it's the Book of Boba Fett, and Boba Fett did crap all again. He just kind of got like thrown around until he rode the Rancor for a bit.
He
Like,
used his rocket.
that didn't even work. It
I
didn't
know.
do anything.
I know.
Like, if my face didn't even
It
less than the
undermined him.
blasters,
Yep.
I
like-
know.
Like,
It was a sad day again for Boba. I don't know. I just felt like again this was indications that maybe this show wasn't as well planned as Mando, and I think we need to see
Probably,
what they
yeah.
do next with the character to see. Like I don't know. It just feels like, yeah, and like for like Austin said, this wasn't a war. This was like a mini skirmish. There was like 20 good guys.
There was like
against, like,
not
40
anywhere
bad
near enough
guys.
bad guys. What happened to all these this pile of warriors that was coming?
No,
I got the impression over the course of the whole season that we were gonna get screwed by numbers, and all of a sudden there's like
It
nobody.
was like that scene in Mando when all the stormtroopers and what's his face, Moff
Yeah.
Gideon, like showed up when like all those guys are
Yeah.
there.
Where
I
was
was expecting
that?
something like that, but
Where was that?
there wasn't. It was 2 droids. And that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
carried
At the end of
war.
season 1, it was that.
The only-
This is what
the only
carried
thing-
the war.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that got my hopes up and then let them down worse than this war was the prison break scene. That's it.
Oh,
prison
Austin
break
will
was
never
tough,
forget
yeah.
that prison break scene.
Man,
Yeah,
I
that's
was so
true.
excited.
That was
That was
bad.
I was gonna
so cool.
say the
Stupid
the
Star Wars.
post credit scene of this was not as wasn't it didn't set up anything other than Cobb Vanth is alive, but it's probably still the second weakest post credit scene since Loki.
Loki's end credit scene. You can't even call that an end credit scene. It was
Stamp.
literally Loki.
We're
will
getting a
return.
season 2.
Man, yeah,
That
that
was
was
an
tough too.
announcement. It was an announcement. It wasn't post.
No, this was better than that. But I'm just saying, like,
That
all
end
it
credit
did
could
was
have
show
been
us
an
the characters
Instagram
alive.
post. Yeah, that's it. It doesn't really
It's true,
set
it
much
could've.
up. It doesn't really push it. Like it probably sets something up in the future, but as of right now, it pretty much gives
But-
us nothing to speculate on. Like where he's
When
coming.
are
Maybe
we
he's not in
going
season
back to
3 Mando.
Tatooine?
Maybe that's why.
That's the thing.
When are we
right?
going back to
We have
Tatooine?
no idea.
Because-
Well, technically, doesn't Mando start on Tatooine then? Because he's there
No,
right
him
now.
and
Oh, he's leaving.
Grogu. No, him and Grogu dipped
On,
in the
yep.
ship.
Oh wait, no, forgot. Yeah, he did. He like hyper jumped
Hyperspeed,
or whatever it's
yep.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
light speed.
just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Yeah,
So
but
then
he's
they,
getting his own
Lightspeed.
book. His own
So
book.
they're-
He's
yeah,
getting
maybe.
the Book of Cobb. Yep. there you go.
Event.
so
Yeah.
then this end credit
But like,
scene
I don't know.
loses its points because it's too far in advance. Is how I would call that. Because there's
Mhm.
not enough here
True.
to create any speculation. So pretty much we just know that the character is not dead. And like great.
It has to be
Nice,
Mando
yeah,
season 3
exactly.
though, because
Well,
I doubt
must.
Ahsoka's stopping on Tatooine. Kenobi takes place long before this.
Yep.
There's
Long.
Acolyte, that show which takes place before Phantom Menace. So
Yeah, so
wins. And
it must
also
be.
the thing is, people are getting a little. I love Tatooine, but I get it. People are getting a little tired of the desert. It's a galaxy, and
Yep.
we're going to be back there in Kenobi.
Yep.
So
I
like,
guess-
you need more variety in
I
some of
guess
these other
we
shows.
owe Boba Fett 2 episodes, so maybe Mando comes and scoops him off Tatooine, and then we get like a 2-minute explanation as to why he's abandoning the crime war thing, and he's just gone. And then Boba joins the crew.
What war?
Defend-
The war is over. They're gone. The war.
exactly. So,
That
like,
was a one
Yeah,
fight
that's
war.
Stupid. That
One
was
battle war,
ridiculous.
man.
That was ridiculous. And then
honestly,
they killed
I kinda
everybody.
expected Boba to die. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I thought Boba was gonna die at the end of this season. I don't know why. I thought they were gonna kill off his character somehow.
Tatooine's gonna
I
be a
guess they
mess.
did.
I
Nah,
just
he's too
realized.
popular. What?
It's true.
All of the clan leader people
Oh yeah, they're all
They're
dead.
dead.
got
He's
slaughtered.
the only
like,
one in
assassinated.
Tatooine. Yeah.
So
Also,
Tatooine's gonna be a
I
mess.
kind of felt like that should have been Boba killing the Pikes and all the ones
Yeah,
who betrayed
we
him.
got no
It was really cool to
resolution.
see Fennec
That's
do it,
also true.
but yeah,
Yeah, honestly,
Where's-
Fennec probably would
where's
have
the
been way better
revenge?
fighting the
Where's the
droids than
revenge?
Boba doing it.
yeah,
Like, I don't know.
the
Like,
revenge.
I don't know. Fennec is such a cool, such a what, like, I don't know.
She's a
Her way of
badass,
fighting
but
would
still,
be able to fight the droids a lot better than whatever Boba did. Honestly, I don't know. Boba did crap all until I mean.
No,
then
Boba
again,
led the
you can't have a
Rancor.
without.
But how did he
the
learn how to do
Rancor
that?
went
Yeah, that's
nuts.
the one.
Well, he was supposed to learn from the Danny Trejo cameo, but
So he did
yeah,
that,
so
but we
what did-
spent
he also
two
never came
episodes
back.
with
Like, what-
Mando. Nice.
But
Yeah,
like,
he was doing the training
timeline-wise,
off screen.
so- he did it when
Off-screen
we did-
training.
When we did one during Mando season 3, right? That's exactly when he did the training.
Oh,
right?
that's when he did
Totally.
his training. Mando season 3.
Oh, I know how Mando season 3 starts.
Book of Boba Fett,
Alright.
episode 8.
No, we're gonna see a bit. A bit.
They have
of
to show what
Grogu with
happened in-
Luke prior to what we see in Boba Fett, and then we're
problem.
gonna
That's
see
actually
him making his decision and how Luke reacts to that and all that stuff, and then we're gonna see him sending Grogu and R2. What happened to R2? Did he just get ditched?
R2
on
probably
Tatooine?
just flew the. No,
Or
he probably just
back.
flew the.
probably
He
I
can
just
float.
left.
Yeah,
No, he
probably
can
flew the ship
fly
back.
the ship on his own.
That
so.
makes way more sense. Yeah,
Astromech,
ignore
yeah.
that. Yeah, for sure. He flew
Yeah.
the ship back, and then we'll pick up, I guess, from hyperspace.
Yeah,
Whoever, for anybody out there
guess
who
so.
didn't watch this show, and obviously you're not watching this video, so you're not going to hear this. But for anybody who didn't watch this show and watched season 2 and then hopped into season 3, I have a really good feeling you're going to be highly disappointed.
again,
I
just
expect that too.
look. We set up this whole thing of the Mando had to make the tough choice and let Grogu go. He's going with the Jedi. He's going to learn the way of the Jedi. And in 2 episodes on a different show, that is all gone.
Unless
2 episodes on a
unless
different
we
show.
go,
One
how much
episode in
time?
a different show.
how much time do we have between when Mando shows up in Boba Fett
Between when
and the end of season 2?
months,
Good amount of time.
months.
It was a good amount of time. Yeah.
It's like no, like 3 or 4 months because
So it's not
Boba directly
It's not a
leaves
ton of time.
from there to. It's not a ton of time. So, like
you
but,
could
like,
maybe
I'm
run
just
like
confused,
one
like, you-
episode. Maybe that's where we start. Is like right after season 2.
with Luke and Grogu, yeah,
But what happened with Bo-Katan? Like we got a whole bunch of like open holes that just
yeah, we
aren't
have
really
all
making
these
sense.
loose
So maybe
ends.
Oh, yeah,
maybe we
true.
explain some stuff and they just really slow roll those 3 months, and then I don't know how you get from there to where we are now without watching Boba
I guess
Fett, though.
Mando's. I guess after Boba Fett's over, I guess Mando's going back to Bo-Katan. Maybe I don't know, or no, maybe it's
Or-
the spring thing or whatever to become a Mandalorian again or whatever.
I guess
Maybe.
that's true, but he doesn't want to rule Mandalore. He kind of doesn't
Nope.
even want the dark saber. So I wonder if he's going to spend most of the season ignoring his destiny. Because I thought it'd be really cool if season 3 was like this whole war on Mandalore, and we're seeing all these Mandalorians try and take it back from whoever's like a freaking war, like
Yep.
what we were promised here, but like for a whole season and like be like this military strategy show and be like a little different. And then Grogu comes in half. I was expecting Grogu to come halfway through the season of Mando season 3, and all of a sudden, just to build that tension for when Grogu comes back. But
Yeah.
now, if you didn't watch Book of Boba Fett, which I mean, they're trying to say watch Book of Boba Fett, obviously, but like if you didn't, and you're just like Mandalorian season 3, well, Grogu's not a Jedi, Luke's gone, Grogu ditched the Jedi, and it's back to the status quo from the end of season 2.
Yeah, and see the bigger issue here is when somebody goes to watch this show in 5 years, and you know what I mean, like a little bit down the
when
road.
you don't.
When you say you're watching, let's say you're watching How I Met Your Mother, and you watch season 1. You watch now. Obviously, it's not quite the same thing. It's a sitcom. Just bear with me. Season 1, season 2, and then there's like a spin-off show for somebody. I don't know who would be deserving of a spin-off show, but somebody gets a spin-off show. Sure. But
Barney, the playbook.
He's way too major. I was trying to find a secondary character that sort of matters. Whatever the bartender's name is. So he gets a spin-off show.
Carl
Gets a spin-off show.
Carl.
And takes Barney with him. And then season 3, Carl and Barney are back. And it just makes no sense. That's what you're walking into here. You don't want to go watch the spin-off show. You want to just go from season 2 to season 3.
But you can't.
And I think it's gonna suck.
You just can't.
No, and that's brutal.
You just can't. And it
How
is brutal, but you can't. You have to go watch the 7 episodes of Book of Boba Fett.
No, not even that. You don't even have to watch. You
just have to watch
the last 3.
No, you just have to watch the last 3. The last 3. You're right.
But then the
You're right.
7th's not going to make any sense if you don't watch the first ones. But I mean, I guess if you don't
first
care about
4.
Boba Fett.
But if you don't,
care about
Boba Fett, it's sad that that's the case because Mando was based on Boba Fett. Boba Fett was one of the most popular characters with 7 minutes of screen time in the original trilogy. He became popular because he was such a mystery, and now we delve into the mystery, and he gets shafted
in 2 episodes of his own show.
His own show. He's one of the most popular Star Wars characters to ever exist.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he gets shafted. And I feel so bad because I think he's a good character and I was interested in his story, but then they dipped from his story and it just feels not cohesive as a show. I don't know if we'll get a season 2, but I
can see it, but it once again,
it's not on the docket.
The problem with this show entirely is that it hinges too much on Mando. You can only have a season 2 if certain things happen in Mando, and that's probably why this show wasn't that great to begin with. Now, don't get me wrong. We had some fantastic moments along the ride. It's just as an entire season, it's not very competent.
Okay.
So
you can, I mean, if they called it like Mando season 2.5,
starring
it would make
Boba
more
Fett?
sense than Book of Boba
Yeah.
Fett. Let's be honest. So I don't know.
Okay. Favorite moment from this episode, because we've basically touched. This has been a season review disguised as an episode 7 review, so we should at least mention.
They always are.
Okay, what? So the favorite moment from this week's episode. I'm just gonna go the Rancor versus the robot with Boba riding it. That was just pretty cool. Like it was so cool. It kind of reminded me of Godzilla versus Kong, just like 2 giant things bashing into each other, breaking things. It was cool.
I'm gonna go with the legitimate Godzilla reference or Kong reference when he climbs the tower and grabs the tower with one hand. That was pretty cool, and that was for sure a callback to that. So that was
that's hugely a callback to King Kong. And Nat?
Yeah, I just like when Grogu just kind of used the Force for his own selfish needs again, as usual. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
He was like, ooh, shiny, and literally just pulled that was the joint pretty much out of that knee.
Yep.
His best use of the Force in the episode was when he used the Force to hug Mando at the beginning. I was like, oh yes, Grogu, jump with the Force.
Yeah.
But so he didn't flip with that, right?
Yeah. No, didn't do the flips, the little Yoda flips from the prequels.
Yep.
But any more thoughts on this week's episode or the season as a whole you guys want to say here before we wrap it up?
I think we covered mostly everything, honestly. We touched pretty much.
Yeah.
If anything you wanted to talk about was pretty much said.
Yeah, exactly. Not super impressed with this one. I think we could have done a lot of things better. I think we could have definitely the most underwhelming finale of them all, without 100%. A doubt. Didn't really ever have that finale vibe to it. It really did feel like an episode 6 or even an episode 5, right? It felt like we were building, and we have no reason to be building in a finale. And then we just killed everybody and said, see you next year, folks. So, yeah.
Boba didn't even want to be a crime lord.
No.
Well, what was the point?
Yeah,
Like-
that felt like it was all a dream. That's the kind of
It literally did. Yeah, it all was a dream. Yeah.
Maybe it was. Maybe he was just, this is all him and his back to tank. And we'll
so
start
bad.
next time we see Boba Fett.
Oh.
He's like, okay,
Well,
I'm
but
ready to
then
be crime
all the
lord.
Mando stuff makes no sense. And like this whole thing doesn't make any sense. Like there's
No, it makes no
reason for it to exist.
I'm just joking, but like,
Stupid.
no.
Ridiculous. Not a
Anyways.
fan.
No, okay. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this entire show, and we will be back for Moon Knight, the Marvel show, but we will have videos in between then, just of different sorts. And if you ever have a video you want us to do, leave it in the comments and we can try and figure out a way to get that to you. But from everyone here at the Prairie Grown Reviews team, see you guys next time.